finish up these split jumps. I'll be right with you. Just hang on a second. Stick it. One more. Ah. How y'all doing today? Yeah, great. Hey, I have shown you lunges. We've shown you split squats using bands. Now I want to show you the next progression, which is split jumps. Split jumps are a great way to take a simple lunge, increase the ground reaction forces, increase the impact on your center of gravity, and it becomes a much more challenging exercise. The key is, can the individual keep their posture? Now, why do you want to go ahead and get split jumps going? Well, obviously, besides in challenging it to make it a more difficult exercise, to make lunges, which we showed you to be like this, to be more difficult, you can go to a split jump. But the key to a split jump is this. It teaches the body how to handle ground reaction forces, similar to what you would get when you're walking and especially when you're running. Because you're going to get a unilateral type loading, you're going to get the ground coming up on your foot, and can you control your frontal plane stabilization while you're doing a sagittal plane movement? And that's basically why you want to get split jumps going. That's why they're a tremendous exercise. They really tax the quadricep, but more importantly, they tax the hip from a stabilization standpoint. So let me show you how we're going to go ahead and do it. We're going to do it 2 ways. Then I'll show you a few things you can do to tweak it and make it a little bit more challenging for your clients or athletes, okay? First of all, what you're going to see is I'm only using the red band. It's a simple mini band, nothing real challenging. I don't need a lot of load on this exercise. The load is going to come from the speed of the movement and the ground reaction forces. You don't need to overload with bands. However, you got to be careful because some athletes and some people will try to stretch the band way out here. That's going to start overloading the band and potentially damage it. So you got to be careful with that. So let's go split jumps away first, okay? I like to go ahead and put my hands on my hips. I teach it that way because I want people to engage their trunk. And with the pressure of my fingers against their abdominals, when they do the split, they can feel their abdominals tighten against their fingers, and that stabilizes their center of gravity. Hopefully that makes sense, but put your hands right on their hips right now to start them out. So the forward, or split jump away, stick. Now the key is to make sure they get the stick before they go to the next one. I'm not trying to just kind of go back and forth. I want to see a good stick. So it's sticking there, hold it, stick it there. Now obviously the lower you get, the more challenging it's going to be on the load system. In this case the right leg, now the left leg. That is split jumps away. Now let's do split jumps towards. What's the difference? Split jumps away are going to simulate acceleration out of the hole. Similar to you taking off at your start, bang, taking off. That's going to simulate split jumps away. So guess what split jumps towards simulates? You got it. Stopping, deceleration, control. So we're going to go ahead and go here. Notice the band is angled down just slightly. Because I'm going to land in a lower position, I want the band lower at the attachment side so it doesn't slide up on me. That's real important. If you start to see the band sliding up on your clients, your athletes, get the attachment side lower. Same thing, we're going to go right here, split jumps away, decelerate, 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 and decelerate. So it's a deceleration exercise. Great way to teach your athletes how to stop, break down, and take off. Now, how can you tweak it a little bit? Very easy. Posture is the key to challenging the lower torso. So the more you keep your posture intact and upright, the more the lower body is going to have to work. Very simple. Hands behind the head. Very simple. Elbows back. Now immediately, I've got to, engage my trunk more, which is immediately going to load my hips more. It's going to challenge my hips to work harder. Progression number 2. Hands overhead, right here. Stick, stick. Now my hands are over my head, which immediately makes my trunk have to work harder, and in essence, I stick it even better. But the problem is, I gotta work harder. So hands overhead is the next progression. Third progression, moving upper extremities while you're doing your split jump. This is tough, but give it a shot and see how you do and see how much work. Get your hands moving, and then keep moving and try to hit the split jump. Don't let it change. Very difficult to get it going. Whew. There you go. Split jumps. the progression up from split squats, then you got lunges, now you got split jumps. Have a great week. Talk to you real soon.